Well, bore da. Good morning, everybody, and a very warm welcome to you to the Kevin Ephraim Toyota Harlech Stages 2025, hosted by Harlech and District Motor Club here. My name is Sean Rees, and I'll be coming to you live from Llanbedr Airfield, a site that is steeped in history, that is set on this beautiful coastline and the rugged hills of Snowdonia to our backdrop today. Well, we have 6 challenging stages for you, each of them coming to you live throughout the day with live commentary throughout. And this is forming part of the Welsh Tarmac Dam Championship, as well as the ANWCC and the Heart of England series as well. And always not forgetting the all-important, the stars of the future and the Formula 1000 championships. The cars are ready, and I'm sure the crews are focused, and the atmosphere here in Llanbedr is as exciting as ever. It's a dry day, which is always good for the fans, the spectators and the marshals and the service crews, but I'm sure the crews will be looking into anticipation with the challenge of this abrasive tarmac to conquer and the churning tyres that's going to be happening throughout the day. So yes, as we said, we are moments away from the start of the rally. Very quickly I will go through the top 10 entry list for our today, the seeded entry list for the competitors. Car number 1 today will be of Thomas Cooper, co-driven by Sarah Edwards. The car number 2 will be of Paul Fowden, co-driven by Jason Sugden. Car 3 of John Stone and Alex Stone. Car number 4 will be of Jack Derbyshire and Phil Boyle. Car number 5 will be of Robert Tout and Terry Martin. Car 6, Dan Humphreys and Johnny Tad Evans. Car number 7 is Gavin Edwards and Sean Sutcliffe. And car number 8 of Mark Smith and Tim Noon. And car number 9, Mark Jasper and Don Wyatt. And car number 10 unfortunately has had problems last night. It's good news, so won't be a starter today, but we'll keep you updated as we get more through. So yeah, this is round 11 of 12 in the championship. Obviously it is actually round 10 with the cancellation of the Three Shires event a few months ago, so this is round 10 of 11. Around this, as mentioned to you, 6 stages around the perimeter here in Llanbedr. A wonderful backdrop, as mentioned to you, of this wonderful site as we look down one of the longest runways in the United Kingdom. As you can see, a lot of work has been going through the last couple of weeks with setting up the stages here, looking down the runway. A lot of work prior to the event, and as well a lot of work to dismantle everything afterwards at this wonderful site it is, where the Vulcan bombers used to be parked up on our right hand side as you're looking at your screen at the moment. But yeah, one of the most challenging locations to rallying. Obviously it is part of the championship, the Tarmac Dam Championship, and we're coming to the sort of one from last round as we head from here to the Glyn Memorial Rally that will be held in mid-November. So yes, all exciting stuff, and the pressure is on now as the people try and grab those vital points heading from here now towards the finale mid-November. So yeah, as mentioned, it is part of the championship, and as well we can hear the cars now on the start line. We've been seeing them very recently going round the car park, trying to get as much heat into the brakes as possible. Obviously no road sections here on this rally to get the brakes up to temperature, so I've been going round the car park, nicely warming them up as we get pictures now of car number 1 of Thomas Cooper. Thomas in the Fiesta Rally 2, looking eagerly to get as much points on the board as possible. Co-driven, as mentioned, by Sarah Edwards. Yeah, Thomas has had a pretty good year, if I'm honest. Quite strong results. The best result of the year coming with that victory on the Merlin stages, and then the 3rd on the Gareth Hall and 4th on the Mueller. But yeah, he'll be looking, obviously being first on the road, always very, very difficult. But yeah, one thing that is going to be in his advantage, he'll get a clear run. Obviously, with the setup here, for those of you who aren't aware, it is 2 loops. So basically, you'll do 1 loop. Once you come back, then you'll be going to the left-hand side of the split, going to the 2nd loop before coming back into service. So you're always looking at the once the sort of cars get into a groove, that the actual you'll have some cars coming actually behind each other, so it's always very exciting times on the, especially on the second part of the stage. So we see car number 1 on the stage, closely linked behind there by the wonderful blue and gold of the Subaru Impreza of Paul Fowden and Jason Sugden. So yeah, moments away now from the start of the Toyota Harlech Stages 2025. Very thankful for all the organisers and all the marshals that are hard working out on the stages. Without them, certainly wouldn't have a rally. So it's always great to have everybody chipping in, and a wonderful club here at Harlech and District. And yeah, they have certainly got one of the most fantastic backdrops to a stage rally in Wales, definitely, and if not in the UK as well. So yeah, Harlech Motor Club, a prestigious club, as mentioned, forming back in 1969 by a small group of people, now holding around 300 members. So it's a very strong club here in Gwynedd. And yeah, they also run the popular Rally Theme night event that is up here in the area as well. So between the 2 events, it is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, you see Thomas Cooper opening the door there, getting as much fresh air in as possible. These cars are producing a massive amount of heat, but yeah, as they stay on the start line again, it gives as much fresh air in as possible. And as we see now, the safety officers, they've been around the courses, part of the sort of system and the legal part of it, with the regulations, with the MSA. Safety officers have to go through the stages beforehand to check that everything is in its place and ticked all the boxes, and they will now give the go-ahead to the organisers to allow Thomas Cooper into the stage. But yeah, the championship all started back in March in the Keith Curzon rally. That was won by Paul Fowden. He took the top honours on the opening round of the championship. They went then obviously in April to the SMC rally in Anglesey. That was won by a man called Richard Merriman in the Darien. They headed then in May to the Dixies Challenge. Obviously much place that Damien Cole has mastered over the years, and he was the top step of the podium at that day. But yeah, obviously the last rally out was the Tour of Epint. That was back just a few weeks ago, and that was won by a man called Sam Touzle. So yeah, we're waiting, as said, to the start of the Harlech stages here. Those of you who haven't been up to this wonderful part of the country before, absolutely stunning. And we're right on the edge of the coastline here, and obviously with that fresh breeze coming across. Weather's predicted to be dry all day, but with the Welsh weather, can throw a curveball, and we never know. With being so close to the coastline, we could have a shower or two this afternoon. So here we are looking at the service area here, very compact area here, which is always good. As mentioned, not much road mileage or so on. We are straight out of the service area, straight into the stages, and fans are ready and looking eagerly to see the action getting underway here. A wide selection of cars today, everything from the modern Fiestas, the Rally 2 cars, right back to your historic Mark II Escort, and then obviously, as mentioned to you earlier, the Formula 1000 category. These are stars of the futures. These are prestigious and a great stepping stone for some young competitors as they look to branch into the world of motorsport. Looking at car number 5 there of Robert Tout. Robert obviously having quite a strong year, a few second places, and now we have car number 1 of Thomas Cooper into the stage as he heads into the 2025 Harlech Stages Rally. That wonderful sounding Fiesta heading down into the stage. Co-driven by Sarah Edwards. As mentioned, a strong result on the Merlin, top step of the podium for Thomas Cooper in that M Sport Ford Fiesta. And straight off the start, and you can see that car. And here we have the wonderful sounding Subaru Impreza lock-up there for Paul Fowden. The distinctive gold wheels on that Subaru Impreza takes us back to the Petter Solberg days in Margam Park when he won the championship in 2003. That wonderful car. But yeah, Paul having a great year, obviously taking the top honours on the opening round of the championship, the Keith Curzon. As we look now for our third car away, and that is the VW Polo of John Stone and Alex Stone. The Polo becoming a popular car over the last couple of years. John having a great year, obviously having a win on the Hero stages, not part of the championship, but yeah, we did see John briefly go into the Skoda Fabia for an event, but back now with the VW Polo. Car number 4, here we have of Jack Derbyshire and Phil Boyle. Another wonderful coloured Ford Fiesta R5, second overall on the Menai stages. Still looking for that overall victory, and could that come to us today here as he weaves his way through the first couple of corners of the Harlech stages. We'll be looking to take top honours today. Car number 5, and that is of Robert Tout and Terry Martin. Unfortunately, Robert having mechanical difficulty on the last round of the Tour of Epint, so he'll be looking to put that right. Master of Epint, Robert, and obviously we're all aware that he's changed his car now over the last couple of years, moving from the Mitsubishi Lancias that he was faithful for a couple of years, now into Fiesta. Car number 6 is the Skoda Fabia R5 of Dan Humphries and Johnny Tad Evans. Dan having a great year, winning the Gareth Hall Stages Rally, and yeah, it's obviously another competitor that has moved from the Mitsubishis now over to went through the Mark II Escort for a couple of years, and now in that wonderful Skoda Fabia. And here we have the first of our Ford Escort Mark IIs of Gavin Edwards and Sean Sineff. Wonderful noise from that iconic Mark II Escort. Always ones to entertain the crowd, and always a fan favourite, and could be quite competitive. He's one to look out for today, I'm sure, in this dry conditions, really suiting that Escort as it heads down towards the first couple of corners. Another car that will be well suited for today will be car number 8, and that is the Darien T90 of Mark Smith and Tim Num. And yeah, Mark certainly a competitor to look out for today. That little Darien will be like a little pocket rocket today, I'm sure, as he heads into the stage, and certainly the conditions are going to suit him. Taking 4th overall on the SMC stages. Did have a ride in an Escort today, a few weeks ago as well, on the Race Retro event. Car number 9 of Mark Jasper and Stephen Landon. He's had a mixed year. Best result coming on the Heroes Rally, 2nd on the Heroes Rally, so that was a strong result for him. A few DNFs throughout the year as well, but I'm sure he'll be looking to progress, and another competitor to potentially look out for as he heads for the opening stage of this year's event. Car number 11, as mentioned. Car number 10, unfortunately, Mark Roberts has pulled out. Car number 11 of John Lewis and Jade Phillips at Darien T90, the yellow coloured. A great year. Bob came in 5th, 9th overall on the Bob Show, and he had a spell in a Porsche back in the 90s, and also had a time in a Jaguar. As we see Paul Fowden coming through the 2nd loop. So if you see the Subaru there, he will be Paul Fowden, car number 2, will be on his 2nd loop. As we see John Stone coming around the hairpin there. Fantastic footage as we're bringing it live to you from the stages here at the Harlech stages. Car number 12 of Brandon Smith in the Terrion T90, and Lucy Guttridge navigating for him. Brandon has been out competing in Rally Barbados over the year, so he's one to mix it up throughout the year, coming 70th out in the Rally Barbados, a very competitive rally indeed. As we look at the G3 of car number 13 of Lewis Rees and Dorian Rees, a wonderful rear-wheel drive G3, not a car that we see much on the stages anymore, but wonderful to see one of them out here today on the Harlech stages. 6th on the Bob Shaw rally, and he finished a strong 7th overall here last year, so he'll be looking for a strong result as well. Car number 14 is that of Russell Davis and Richard Sutter. Wonderful presented car, full of gears and full of revs as he heads off. Russell, 12th on the Mueller, been in the Darien since 2022, so he's had quite a few years now under his belt. You see the cars there's a few now locking up coming into the the chicanes here. Obviously the brakes are cold, the tyres are stone cold coming from the service area, so they'll be looking to get that temperature into the tyres as soon as possible. As we see Dan Humphries coming around the hairpin here, a wonderful footage of them gliding around the hairpins here. Car number 15, and that is of David Roberts. Dave and Rob Bryn in the co-driver's seat in the Mark II Escort. And he's been rallying with us since 2007, so quite a few years under the belt, as we wait for Dave Roberts to have the countdown and head for the first couple. Hear the revs there. That is a launch control system that they have got on some of these modern Mark IIs, but problems at the start for Dave Roberts. Unsure what's going on here, but not the start he wanted. Oh, that's unfortunate for car number 15 of Dave Roberts, being pushed off the line. Obviously we heard the revs go on there, and that's an unfortunate start for Dave Roberts. We'll bring you some more news when we get it in regards to what the issue is. Will he be able to rectify that problem and get himself into the stage number 1? Car number 16, in the meantime, will probably get another departure time, due time to go off the line here, due to Dave Roberts maybe just blocking the start line as he was due to get to off the line. We have got, he's looking at the back axle there, could be a drive shaft gone on the car. Oh, what an unfortunate start for Dave. It's always heartbreaking to see somebody DNF from the rally as soon as that, as we can see the car now being pushed back into service. Will he be able to super rally if they can get something done there? But dreadful start for car 15 of Dave Roberts. Here we are, car number 16 now then of Lee Halfpenny and Andrew Sankey, as they now head into the stage. Obviously this now gaps, as he'll have a bit of a gap in front of him now as he heads into it. First event of the year for Lee Halfpenny. Not been competing as much this year, but 9th overall here last year. So he'll be looking to maybe do a one better, or even get into that top 5. Car number 17. Car number 17 is May Davis and Aled Edwards. We recently saw May out on Rally by Ceredigion, 42nd overall on that event, as we hear the wonderful revving Mark II Escort and that distinctive primer colour in that wonderfully presented car. So next car will be that of car 18 of the Subaru Impreza of Ian Ross and Oliver Schofield. And been recently started his rallying in a Toyota Sunbeam, but now into the 4-wheel drive machinery here as he heads in to the first couple of corners of the Toyota Harlech stages 2025. So yeah, we're thick into the action here as we see the G3 come around for his first loop. He'll be doing one more loop now before they come back into service, as we look at the wonderfully coloured car 19 of Richard Owen Morgans and Liam Evans in that Fiesta Rally 2. had the car. He's only just purchased the car a few years back, and he was previously in a Ford Escort, so quite a difference for Richard, transferring over from the sliding Mark II to the all singing, all dancing Fiesta Rally 2. Wonderful shots here of the Darien coming around as we look at the start line now of car number 20 of Robert Cargill and James Martin. Wonderful car as he heads in. Yeah, strong results. Obviously had a roll on the rally by Ceredigion, so lovely to see that car back with us and looking as beautiful as ever. Now then, here we have the first of our very popular car on this event, is the BMW Compact of car number 21 of Conrad Lowe and Sophie Lowe. Yeah, the BMW becoming a very popular car, sort of a cheaper alternative from the Escort Mark II, and always as fun to drive with that rear wheel drive. Wonderful sounding engines on these cars as well. As he heads in, he'll be one to look out for today, as he yeah, he competed first back in 2008 in that Mark II Escort. I remember him down in Brody competing on his very first event, Conrad Lowe. Car number 22, and that is of John Morris and John Paul Morris in the Mark II Escort. Yeah, a DNF on the Chris Kelly rally this year. But yeah, he'll be looking to... he had a great result back in 2024, 15th overall on the Heroes Rally last year, so he'll be looking to build on his confidence as he heads into the first stage of the rally. Everybody's very tentative with that first little chicane, unsure about the braking distances and how the brakes are going to perform. As we look at our first front-wheel drive car, and that is the Citroen Saxo car 23 of Jason Puggett and John Fellows. Yeah, they've been rallying throughout the year in that little Saxo, 6th overall on the John Hinckley Memorial. The first rally was the Bill Stages in 2018, so yeah, been competing in that wonderful little Citroen Saxo, the French pocket rocket as they call it. Car 24 of John Cartwright and Anthony Stoneman. High revving Mark II Escort off the line. John Cartwright competed on the McRae Rally, 30th overall a few weeks ago, and it was yeah, he's been having quite a strong year, if I'm honest, and unfortunately a DNF on the Mueller, and he'll be looking to improve as he heads into the first stage of the rally. We have now car 25, the revving Honda Civic of car number 25 of Gary Aldernshaw and Gareth Rhys-Jones. Wonderful cars these are. Very popular car in the junior category out in Ireland. And oh, as we see the sliding Mark II Escort coming round here, absolutely fantastic footage as they thoroughly enjoying themselves on the Harlech stages here, with so much space in some parts of this venue. It's absolutely fantastic. Car 26 is of Stephen Pritchard and Dan Petrie, as they head in their iconic Vauxhall Nova. Yeah, recently had mechanical issues on the Merlin, but looking to make amends of that as they head into the first chicane of the rally. Dan Petrie, an experienced co-driver by the side of him, so we're looking to gain. And these little cars would be fantastic on some parts of these stages, heading down towards the bottom part of the runway, technical parts around there. Car number 27 is Nigel Brain and Martin Pembry in the Mazda MX-5, now becoming a very popular car in the world of rallying, especially in the Targa events that are about at the moment. Everybody's looking for these wonderful little rear-wheel drive machinery. Yeah, best result of the year, coming 7th on the Bovington stages recently, so it's a fantastic result for them. As we see, look at the start time for our second of our BMWs, 318 of Josh Jones and Thomas Jones in that diff skids, as he heads off into the first stage of the event. First event was first event for him this year. He hasn't done as many events this year at all, and changing from the Peugeot 205 that he was in last year, now in the sliding and entertaining world of the BMWs. Now we have car 29 on the start line, the Subaru Impreza of Craig Kennedy and Jonathan Kennedy. First event of the year for them as well, as they came 22nd overall here last year. So they'll be looking to improve as they head in that iconic sounding Subaru Impreza, all taking us back to the 1995 days of Colin McRae and the wonderful GC8s. Car number 30, another iconic car, and that is the Mitsubishi Evo of Mark Blankenship and Adam Blankenship. And yeah, they've had a best result of 2025 coming on the Colin Elmere, 23rd overall on that event for them, as they head into that, take that car, two iconic cars behind each other on the rally, with that taking us back to the Tommy Mackinnon days in the Mitsubishi era of the Rally Art days. Car number 31, and that is of Graham Wood and Matthew Bodley, Mark II Escort. Yeah, wonderful gold wheels. Everybody's looking, going for that gold wheel-coloured Escorts these days. These are competed in Belgium. They've just returned from an event in Belgium as they look to do a bit of an international year for them. And here we have car number 32 of Damien Williams and James Seymour at Vauxhall Astra. Wonderfully looking Vauxhall Astra, as they've been in that car since 2021. Oh, a nice slide right at the start for Damien Williams. Certainly the rear tyres not up to temperature quite yet, but yeah, been in an Astra since 2017, so he's been in that car quite a few years. Obviously that car takes us back to the sort of Mark Higgins and Brian Thomas's days and the F2 days. So yeah, here we have car number 33, and that is Gordon Davis and Jack Morris, the Mitsubishi Evo 9. First time for them in this car, first event in the car, so I'm sure them two are so excited to be in the Mitsubishi Evo, transferring over from the Mini and the few events in the Escort as well. So it's yeah, an exciting, I'm sure, time in that car for the first couple of corners. So next online is the Darien T90 of car number 34, Alan Gaunt and Wayne Jones. First time for Alan in the Darien, been building this car for quite a few years, and the first time for him in the Darien. So I'm sure he's another one that is going to be getting to grips with the Darien. First event for Alan since the Wexford Rally back last September. So yeah, been in waiting anticipation to finish off the Darien. Here we have the BMW. Number of BMWs you have. Car number 35 of Colin Evans and Charlie Lowe. First time for Charlie to sit with Colin in the car, and yeah, they had a good result on the Tour of Epping recently, 40th overall and second in class for them on Tour of Epping. So I'm sure he'll be looking to do one better and taking top step in his class today in the Harlech, Toyota Harlech stages. Car number 36. Car number 36 is David Ewan Jones and Nigel Roberts. First event of the year for them. And you can see him instantly chucking that car into the first corner and heading for the first couple of corners and the first Harlech stages rally for him. So he'll be learning a little bit of the stages as he's going around, as he is followed up there by the second loop competitor in the MX-5. So car number 37, that is of Sean Smith and Paul Jackson in the Mark II Escort, the green Mark II Escort. 23rd overall here on the last time out in the Camp Break stages, and he's been rallying for quite a few years now. First event back in 2013, so he'll be looking to have a strong event here at the Harlech stages as we look at our first sort of road rally car of the non-arched car number 38 of Ricky Reynolds and Hevin Jenkins. Ricky in that RS 2000. As we see the Subaru Impreza coming around the first. Look, totally different lines to the Escorts as Ricky now heads into the first chicane. First in class on the Tour of Epping recently, so he'll be looking to keep up the good work and bringing home some silverware this afternoon, I'm sure. Next on the line we will have car number 39 of Daniel Owen and Rhys Griffin. in the Darien T9. Many Darians out here this weekend as we see the Mitsubishi coming round. It's very similar sort of driving style to the Subaru coming through, the four-wheel drive cars. As mentioned, yeah, the Darien of Daniel Owen, first time in the Darien, did the West Cork Rally in 2024 in a Mark II Escort. So yeah, another driver that's shifted over to the Darien. And here we have car number 40 of the Honda Civic Type R of Dylan Atkinson and Aaron Jones. 34th overall and second in class on the Rally by recently. So a strong result for them. Moving from the Corolla that he was driving for around 2 years and going over to the high-revving Civic. Car number 41, and this is car number 41 of Richie Hughes and Mervyn Williams in the Mark III Escort, an iconic looking car. Again, we don't see many of these out on the stages. As we see the Astra lifting a rear wheel as he comes down the hairpin. As we see the Mark III Escort of Richie Hughes heading in. Fourth in class on the Gareth Hall last year. Best result. He did a 10th overall on the Questmead stages back in 2020. So yeah, he'll be looking to having a strong result here. Now then, we look at car number 42, and that is Keith Anglesey and Christine Pearson. Last rally was 33rd overall and 8th in class on the Gareth Hall Memorial. Been quite a few years in the BMW now. I think their first event was back in 2018, so it's yeah, quite a few years under their belt in that wonderful BMW compact. Now then, looking at car 43, that is the Peugeot 206 of car 43 of Jonathan Davis and Dylan Davis. A Peugeot to front-wheel drive Peugeot 206, recently 8th in class on Rally by Ceredigion, and they did do the Harlech stages last year and finishing 30th overall. So you see the Darien coming in there. We've seen them, some of them going in front of each other. So it's depending how the stage is going. So we can instantly see that the Darien is on a bit of a flyer through the stage because he went in front of the car that's just been left from the line. Car 44, and that is Martin Quant and Ashley Owen in the Vauxhall Corsa. Yeah, had a bit of a bad luck on the recent Tour of Epping, a non-finish DNF for them, and they've been looking to their last Harlech stages back in 2014. So don't think much has changed in regards to the site, but obviously it's obviously not done an event for a few years. He will be on a bit of a back foot, I'm sure, throughout the first couple of stages at least. Car 45, and car 45 is the Talbot Sunbeam of Philip Chislett and Samantha Chislett, and they've had a great year, competing first in class H6 on the recent Tour of Epping, and it's a first time for Samantha to be co-driving, I believe, so an exciting time, I'm sure, in that car this morning. As we look at car 46 of Matt Walk and Adrian Walk, and the Mark V Fiesta front-wheel drive. Yeah, they're looking forward to the event, third in class on the Hinckley Memorial, and looking forward, I'm sure, to the challenges of the day. As we see the green Escort sliding its way around the hairpin here, ready to head to the second part of the stage. Car 47, and that is Owen Hughes and Chris Phillips. There's a Micra. This Micra is a 1400cc Micra, 18th overall here last year, so I'm sure the little pocket rocket of a Micra will be looking to do one or a few better this year. As we see them come together here, very difficult part of the stage. Obviously the co-driver tries always to look in the mirror, saying to the driver keep going or let him through or whatever, so it's a lot of teamwork that goes on. As we look at this wonderful car number 48, and that is car number 48 of Iwan Clear Jones and Dewi Hughes in the Peugeot 206, and the wonderful arches on that Peugeot 206 taking us back to the sort of Justin Dale eras of my time of remembering back to the lovely days of the Peugeot 206s. So only finished a couple of events this year, and the last time he was here was back in 2021. So yeah, Iwan, I'm sure, ready to let it go this year. Here we have car number 49 off the line, and that is the white Escort G3 of Maisie Priggett and Julian Merkley. And yeah, they've had a good year, quite a good few strong results throughout the year as they head in. See 3 cars together there, so one of these maybe had an issue throughout the stage. So yeah, going to be an entertaining start for the G3 as they head in. Here we have the Fiesta ST of car number 50 of Tom Naylor and James Summers. Yeah, the first ever rally for Tom was the Brody rally in a Nissan Micra back in 2018. So a step up to the 2-litre Fiesta ST for him. So he's been looking forward to giving it a go this weekend. Now then, head back to the start line. We have car number 51, and that is Michelle Petrie and Ryan Taylor, Peugeot 106. And yeah, second event this year, only done one previous event, and the best result for them in the 22nd overall on the Harold Bollin rally back in 2018. So yeah, looking forward, I'm sure, to the challenges of the Harlech stages today, as we see the BMW Compact of car 42 heading down. So here we have the Peugeot 205 1400 of car 52 of Chris Johnson and Rob Johnson. Yeah, the 1400 car, obviously the popular Peugeot 205s was the 1600 and the 1900 cars, but yeah, lovely to see the 1400 car, the 1400 Rally they called it. So it's wonderful to see a few of them out over the day. So no, lovely to see. And here we have another iconic car that we don't see very often. It's car 53, the Skoda Felicia of Matthew Arnold and Nick Taylor. Obviously, these cars taking us back to the days of Steve Blomqvist in the wonderful Felicias, and the iconic colours of the green and grey and red as well. So yeah, Matthew, first time for him at the Harlech stages, so he'll be looking to learn his way into, embed himself into the rally. So next on the line we have car number 54 of Howard McPherson and Derek Schofield. Yeah, they had an unfortunate start. They had a DNF on the Chris Kelly, but been here once before in 2021, but back again, I'm sure, to give it a good blast as they look to improve on their 36th overall here at the last time they were at the Toyota Harlech stages. Right there at the start line we have car 55 on the wonderful presented car 55 of Yolo Edwards and Daniel Jones. First ever rally for them, and looking to have a great day in that wonderfully sounding Escort as he heads into the first couple of corners of the rally. As mentioned, 6 stages here in total today, doing 3 in one direction, then at a halfway halt they split it around and back in reverse for the afternoon. Car number 56 is the Honda Civic of Mark Lane and James Fleming. Yeah, been on the gravel more this year. Last 2 rallies they competed on was the Track Road Rally and the Woodpecker Rally. So yeah, switching from the gravel back onto the tarmac. So it's going to be a few kilometres, I'm sure, of learning and not as much chucking the car in as they do on gravel. But yeah, and the first time for them to be competing here as well. Car number 57 is the Citroen C2 of Lauren Groves and Yuan Jones. And Lauren, been faithful to the Citroen C2 for many years and enjoying her rallying in that little French pocket rocket. So yeah, they'll 38th overall here last year, so she'll be looking to improve as they head towards the first stage, into the first stage of the rally. Car number 58, and that is of Alan Lister and Ashley Lister, the Peugeot 106. Wonderful little French pocket rocket again as they head into the first couple of corners. Been competing on the Nicky Grit stages this year. Another one that's been onto the gravel and only been competing for 2 years. So he's been switching back and forward to see what he enjoys most. Car number 59, the popping and banging Subaru Impreza, and that is of James Edge and Alan Roberts. the Subaru Impreza, the popping and banging of the anti-lag system that these cars run, making the turbo continuously powering and turning, producing some more power on the stages here in Harlech. First year competing in the Subaru, and yeah, and we've been a few events this year. Only the second event for Alan Roberts, so he'll be enjoying himself, I'm sure, in that Subaru. Car number 60, the unusual BMW 1 Series of Andy Manley and David Jones in that BMW E87, the 1 Series sort of to you and me. But yeah, fantastic to see one of these out there. That'll be a strong car today, obviously with the sort of quite a wide sort of axle on it and low centre of gravity. That'll be a car to, I'm sure, to look out for on this morning and looking at the times. Car number 61, wonderful presented BMW here, 325i of Warren Fairburn and Myra Fairburn. And yeah, first rally in the BMW. They were in the Fiesta ST for quite a few years, and I remember them in the Evo 3 as well. So yeah, it's nice to see them back out in that BMW. So be sure they'll be slipping and sliding their ways around the stages here. Car 62 of Lauren Pearsons and Kai Evans in the Toyota Aygo. Toyota Aygo becoming a very popular car in the junior category, obviously with that 1000cc engine. Yeah, but yeah, been co-driving for quite a few years, Lauren, so she's transferred over now to the driving seat. So yeah, I'm sure it's an exciting day for Lauren as she heads into the first stage of the day. Car number 63 is the popular car that is on the entry list these days of many national events around the country. That is the Mini Cooper S of Andrew Davis and Andrew Rees. Yeah, recently saw this car out on Rally Bike Ceredigion, 63rd overall for them on Rally Bike. So yeah, Andrew back for the first time since September 2024. They were looking to having a strong result, I'm sure. And here we have car number 64, the Vauxhall Corsa. The wonderful, they're getting very rare these cars now, especially the Corsas and the Novas. Car number 64 of Thomas Bainon and Sean Rowlands. First time in competition, the 31st on the Merlin stages. Lots of experience with Sean alongside him, so I'm sure they'll be ones to look out for as well today. Here we have the Suzuki Swift of car 65 of Riley Chester and Steve Dovey. Competing in the BTRDA this year on gravel, and shifting now to have a few runs on tarmac towards the end of the year. Suzuki Swift's taking us back to the sort of Suzuki Swift Cup era a few years back in the sort of mid 2015s, and yeah, wonderful to see them. We all remember them cars from the Super 1600 days of sort of Guy Wilkes and so on. Car number 66 of Patrick Dalton and Adam McKillen, and the Vauxhall VX 2220. Yeah, an iconic car, and not a car we see very often on the stages, but a car certainly that is going to be suiting the conditions today. That low gravity and plenty of power in that Vauxhall engine, I'm sure, to take him. First rally of the year for them, and yeah, they've been in the Starlet and the Escort shifting over. Here we have car 67, the MX-5 of Kay Thomas and Jordan Jones. As we see the Citroen C2 heading around the hairpin here. It's fantastic to get this action to you today at this wonderful location. We are on the north coast of North Wales here. Car number 69, and that is of Weasley Guilford and Andrew Millington in the Mini Cooper S. 36th overall here last year, so they'll be looking to improve on that this year with the experience of the event as well. Change from the Mini, change over to the Mini, sorry, from the Fiesta back in 2022. So yeah, great to see them out again now. So you see a few cars coming through here. The Peugeot 106 enjoying themselves as they come through the first stage here. And car, the Nissan Micra of car number 70 of Rich Jones and Dave Hillage. Their second event for Rich as he heads into the stage here. Gaining experience now, obviously, with every mile that he does. Obviously, only his second event on tarmac, so he'll be looking to enjoy himself on, obviously, 7th in class on the recent Gareth Hall. Car 71 is the rear-wheel drive Mark 6 of Peter Lewis and Rian Scudamore. Recently saw Peter out on the rally bike at Digion. Had a few problems throughout the way, but 62nd overall for him. He's certainly a man that's made his way up from the Tavy Valley Motor Club tribe that is up here this weekend. As we look at car 72, and that is of Colin Bromwich and Oscar Bromwich. First rally for Oscar, so in the co-driver seat, so I'm sure he's full of smiles as they head into the first corners of his first rally in that Fiesta ST. So be looking forward to gaining experience with every mile he does as he heads through the chicane now. Car number 73 is the popping and banging of Subaru Impreza of Alex Henley and Pietro Ferro. Second event for them. The drive shaft broke with them, unfortunately, on the Heroes Rally this year, so I'm sure they'll enjoy themselves. That iconic noise of that Subaru purring its way towards the first couple of corners of the Toyota Harlech stages. As we see the Mini coming round the hairpin here, absolutely fantastic. Seeing the cars at different parts of the stage here. The footage is fantastic. We're bringing every stage to you live from here today. Here we have the rising stars of the future. These are the Formula 1000 Championship. So these cars are all 1000cc and under. We have a strong entry list of these. These are the stars of the futures. We look back at a few competitors has been through them. Elvin Evans, the current Toyota Gazoo World Rally driver, it all started for him in this category. I remember his days back in the 2006-2007 in the Nissan Micra, and he was a quick chap then in that category. So here we have car 101 of Henry Cunwill and Catherine Price. Having a strong year in competition this year in the Formula 1000 category, and I'm sure he'll be looking to take as much points as possible as well. Only second year in competition for Henry, and he's been competing last year now and this year. Obviously the second year is always a great year, obviously the year of experience with him. Regulations are quite strong in this category in regards to who you can have co-drive for you. It can't be a family member, somebody too close to the sort of in relation to the driver. So it's always a great championship to have. All at single venues, these championship, and always a great and fierce competition. The cars do vary in regards to what they can use. Obviously, a very popular car now is the Toyota Aygo, the Nissan Micras, the Skoda Citigo is another one. We'll see a variation of cars that are used throughout the championship here as well. As we see the Vauxhall coming through, footage coming into us, and the MX-5, both of them really enjoying themselves. Wonderful noise of that wonderful Vauxhall coming down the back straight on his second loop, chased down by the MX-5. Fantastic to bring this footage to you, and we'll be on every stage of the day with commentary coming to you as well. Here we have car number 67, cars number 67, Kay Thompson and Jordan Jones. Not sure 100% what has happened in regards to, they had a little issue this morning, but we'll wait to see. Are they going to be released now, or are they going to wait for their second run? But the car number 67 is part of the main field here, and not part of the Formula 1000 Championship. Car 67 is away, and so he is out heading into the stage. So car 67, the final car in the main category here at the Toyota Harlech stages. And yeah, as mentioned earlier, wonderful setting here with the Snowdonia, the Wyddfa, towering over us. As we look over at the footage of Peter Lewis coming through, completing his first pass, or first loop of the first stage. As we see in the background, Peter Lewis heading down towards the chicane. And yeah, it'll be exciting times. A lot of interest within this championship. Obviously, the stars of the future are in front of us here. Obviously, it's a great stepping stone for some of these young drivers to head from here into sort of more powerful classes then after a few years. But yeah, a lot of these competing in the Formula 1000 Championship. There is also a championship based in Scotland for the Formula 1000 as well. And we see in car 102 one of those Scottish competitors down here joining us at the Harlech stages here today. So yeah, we'll wait now for Henry Cynwyl to head into the stage. As mentioned, co-driven by Catrin Price. They've opted for the Citroen C1 car. A very light car. Obviously, good power in these little 1000cc engines. But yeah, he's Catrin in the co-drivers. Catrin's been in the co-driver's seat for the last round as well. So yeah, we see obviously the attention they are getting with the press following them around. It's absolutely fantastic here today. So yeah, we'll wait now for the competitors getting underway. But Henry, yeah, first in the first round of the championship in the Keith Curzon Rally this year. So a very strong start indeed for Henry. As it's always very difficult to be the sort of first one that is going into the stages. So I think we're waiting for the main field to clear, obviously to give these as much sort of respect, and some of these drivers are first time for them to do a stage rally, so we wait for the main field to clear before we let the juniors loose into the stage. So yeah, we're looking out here at the massive hangars of the wonderful airfield here in Gwynedd. Fantastic location. Obviously, Harlech and District Motor Club are blessed to have such a wonderful venue to host such an event. And we see the hangars here, and looking at footage here of the service area yesterday. But it's absolutely fantastic. Only a stone throw from the wonderful Welsh coastline, and the hangars that we can all picture and close our eyes and we can picture the Vulcan airline aircraft parked. Oh, we have got a problem here for car 73. Unfortunately, car 73, that is the Subaru Impreza of Alex Henley and Pietro Ferro. As mentioned, we had a bad luck on their second event. This is only their second event in this car. We had bad luck on the first one out in the Heroes Rally with the drive shaft going. Absolute disaster of the start for Alex. The bonnet is up. It's not always a good sign when the bonnet is up. Obviously, it is a mechanical failure as he's looking down there. Obviously, a lot of components in there with the turbo, the intercoolers and everything in that car. So, absolute disaster. So, yeah, only sort of a mile or two into the rally. Now, have they gone off and obviously as a branch, or they hit something? It does look a little bit like that bumper is slightly shifted up in my mind. So, yeah, as have they got issues there. And a very unfortunate start for car 73 of Alex Henley. So, yeah, hopefully if they can get that car back to service, obviously the mechanics hopefully can get to work, and possibility of a super rally for them as well. So here we have the final car of the main field, and that is car 67 of Kay Thompson and Jordan Jones. And the Nissan Micra flying its way around, trying to catch up. Obviously a delayed start for car 67. They did do the event last year, 42nd overall last year, so yeah, they'll be looking to improve on that today in that little Micra. So yeah, here we have got Henry Cannul on the start line. Obviously, with every passing minute, you nearly feel the excitement inside these little cars as the young drivers, I'm sure, with very experienced co-drivers alongside them. Obviously, that experience is a vital part of the learning curve in this championship. Obviously, with these young drivers, obviously the main part is probably trying to tame these youngsters down as they get so excited to be competing in the stage rallying. So yeah, I'm sure the doors are open, so the time cards are probably being shifted across, giving them a start time here. We have approximately 14 competitors in the Formula 1000 Championship this weekend. So yeah, a strong entry for them as the camera crews are enjoying their coffee this morning. And yeah, ready to bring action to be broadcasted on S4C over the next couple of days. So yeah, we can see the wind started to pick up here in the Llanbedr airfield. Hopefully it will stay dry, but certainly if it does, that rain does come, a shower even in these conditions will be making life very, very difficult for drivers. Obviously with the conditions as they are, it's quite consistent throughout the stage. So obviously with if we do get a drop of rain, it'll certainly play havoc with the drivers with tyres choices and so on. So yeah, you just never know. Obviously we are in Wales, and for those of you who live here and those of you who are come down here on holiday, or just know we just can never tell with the weather here in this beautiful part of the country. Yeah, we'd like to thank our sort of sponsors for the event. Obviously Toyota being the main sponsor, we'd like to thank them for all they do, and the main sponsors. Also a big thank you as well to the marshals out there and the organisers putting on such a great event. It is one of the best single venue events in the country, so we're blessed to have that in Wales here. Right, Henry Cannul on the start line, giving a quick rev, clear the engine as we wait. One tighten to the belts, and I'm sure that little Citroen C1 will be shortly heading into the stage and rearing to go. But yeah, we'll so 6 stages in total today. The average of a stage here, those of you who haven't been to the Llanbedr airfield before and hasn't competed on the Toyota Harlech stages, you're looking at a stage that is approximately 8 to 10 miles. They vary obviously with the changing, but you're looking at that variation. We can see from the footage that we are blessed with here some of the parts of the stages. They don't use the main sort of runway, but they do use the perimeter roads here on Llanbedr airfield. A lot of work has been going on, as mentioned to you, over the last couple of weeks in regards to setting up for this event, and looking down with this wonderful drone footage, looking down at the perimeter roads here. A lot of bales, obviously hairpins, chicanes, junctions, all adding to the excitement of the stage here. And yeah, the perimeter road here obviously heads down and right round. Obviously with the 2 loops, you are adding up to between 8 and 10 miles. So it's a fantastic, it's a gritty and a good chunk of stage to really get yourself into with with the first loop of the day. The split here then, obviously split into two. Obviously that's where you're heading then. After you've completed the 2 loops, that you head then back into service and ready for your second loop. So yeah, a lot of work, as mentioned, putting all these barriers in place. It is, fair play to the organisers of this event. Hard work, but obviously that's why the entries is so strong here. They come back every year due to the fantastic location that we're in, and obviously Harlech are blessed to be the only motor club, Harlech and District, to use this iconic location. So that is absolutely wonderful. So yep, we're just a few moments now before we go live with the Formula 1000, and yeah, it says excitement builds. Obviously this is one of the most followed championships in the UK, with sort of excitement always as ever with which our rising stars, in essence. Obviously people are keen to see who is the fastest F1000 driver, with can they go in their rallying careers. As mentioned, we can just look at Elfyn Evans for a good stepping stone and a good marker of where you can go with hard work and grit and determination. So yeah, we'll once we've completed then with the Formula 1000 category, then we'll have a short break before we bring you the second stage of the rally, and that will be coming all to you. All 6 stages today will be coming to you live from us here at Llanbedr Airfield. And as you can see, look in the background there, the service area just in by the hangars here, and yeah, the recovery crews, all the marshals, the safety crews, all present, and yeah, all here to support the crews and to have a wonderful day. Yeah, we were fortunate yesterday to be here when the scrutineering was on. Scrutineering held in one of the wonderful hangars here. So it's, yeah, the facilities here at the Llanbedr Airfield is second to none. And yeah, we'd like to thank all the organisers for putting all this together for our enjoyment and your enjoyment at home. And yeah, be sure to, if you are watching us live on Facebook, share and let others know that this footage is live for them to see. It's fantastic. You can sit at home. If you are enjoying at home, let us know. Drop us a comment, drop us a like, and yeah, tell us where you are in the world watching this. Tell us if you are wherever you are. If you're sitting at home with your feet up, with your slippers on, watching, having a cup of coffee, do tell us, because we'd like to know where you are and if you're enjoying the footage here. Yeah, wonderful footage looking out at the 2 runways, the 3 runways here at Llanbedr. We're based in the wonderful hangars here. And yeah, look at the as mentioned, if you didn't hear it from the start, the second longest runway in the UK, steep with history here at Llanbedr. But yeah, as we're looking down at the 2 hangars, directly in front of the 2 hangars, then you can see the service area, and then the perimeter road that links all the way around the side. That is forms part of the stage itself. So yeah, it is a wonderful venue, a massive venue in regards to the scale of it, and yeah, so obviously with every 2 stages they do change them a little bit. Obviously co-drivers go by maps on this one, not by pace notes. Those of you who haven't been to a single venue before, they'll be on maps which are being described to the driver in regards to keeping left, keeping right. There's a chicane with right entry. Some drivers do prefer to truck from the map system over to do some pace notes, which are done manually, not by a form of a recce like they do in international events around the UK and internationally around Europe. So I'm sure here we are. The excitement has now come to us as we see car 101 of Henry Cynwyl revving himself and gearing himself, getting himself ready as he heads in to the Harlech Stages Rally 2025. Henry throwing that little Citroen C1 into the first corner, certainly trying to get as much temperature as possible into them
little tyres. But look how quick they are in and out of these chicanes. Certainly the times of these Formula 1000 drivers will be ones to watch. As we see car 102 of William Patterson and Chloe Fleming in the City Go, the Skoda City Go. A distinctive note from that 3-cylinder engine. What they competed last rally was the McKay Rally Challenge, 12th in that event. So yeah, they'll be looking to improve on that 12th on the McRae. But yeah, they will be competing in the Formula 1000 Scottish Championship this year. Car 103, and that is of Johan Thomas and Dewi Evans in the Peugeot 107. First year of rallying for the two Welsh crew. And Johan, best result of the year coming on the 4th on the Camp Break Junior stages. So a strong result. So he'll be looking to improve and potentially grabbing that first podium of the year for the Peugeot 107 crew. Per car 105, we have 105, and that is Zach Ferber and Graham Wild in the car 105. It was due to be a Skoda Citigo, but yeah, changing to the iGo for this rally. Second year of competition for Zach. Best result coming back in this year's Cath Curzon rally, and a 4th. So another competitor that will be aiming for that podium to take some silverware home. Car 106, and that is Iago Edwards and Karen Tomlinson in the Citigo. Obviously, we can see a variation in cars here, but these little modern pocket rockets, you could call them, very popular cars, these Citigos. The Volkswagen Up is another one, and we'll see them coming through shortly. But that is, yeah, Iago Edwards heading into the first stage of the rally. Car 107, and that is the Kyle Green and Rhys Stoneman. See them revving away as they head into the first corner of the rally, revving themselves. Full on attack from the word go from Kyle. A little bit of hesitation on the first chicane there, but yeah, bedding themselves in. I'm sure they're going to have a wonderful day. See the car ride height on the front of that Skoda, high up, as we see 108 comes through to us. That is another Citigo, as yeah, with the personalised number on the back there, rallying. Oh, fantastic, with the gold wheels, and recently been out on the Tour of Epint, and 54th overall for the crews there as they started their rallying back in 2023. Car 109 of William Whale and Paul Bevan, only their 4th ever event, and William, and the claim to fame with William, and the best part of it, he's finished every single event he's done, which is a massive tick in the box with this early part of his career. Finishing, to finish, they must finish first to get any results. So yeah, great, only 4 events completed, but finished every single one, so hopefully that can continue for William Whale as he heads into the stage. That 1000cc Micra revving its way as we look now for car 110, which will be of Daniel Bickard and Alex Mill, the Citroen C1, 2nd year in competition, and best result of this year coming in the 10th on the Camp Break Stages Rally, and a top 10 on the 9th on the Hero Stages Rally. So we have next competitor, which is the wonderful colour of car 111 of Rebecca Chalis and Christian Bram, as Rebecca in that Toyota Aygo, 1st year in competition, The first driver rally was in the Snetterton junior category, junior rally. As we see the Skoda coming through. Wonderful to see these cars coming through. A car of 112 is on the line for us now. Asha Pinder and Dilwyn John in the co-driver seat. Very experienced Dilwyn John guiding the way through the Citroen C1. Only a fourth ever event, so learning with each one. Yeah, unfortunately retiring on the recent McRae Junior stages. Car number 113 of Tom Parry and Geraint Evans. Tom also on his fourth event, but been very, very close to getting into that top 10 throughout the year. 14th on the Cathcurdson, 15th on the Camp Break, and 11th on the Heroes. Now I'm sure Tom will be aiming for that top 10 for the first time this year, as we see the cars on their second loop joining in between. Car number 114 is Emma Brumfield and Ian Bass, and that Peugeot 107, second year in the junior category, heading into the stages. Fantastic to see. We have got a bit of a late entry here with car 115 and 116, which I haven't got an up-to-date result entry list for you, and we will bring you more of who these are very shortly. We will get an updated version for you, but yeah, 115 and 116 are crews that have had a late entry, as we see the two of them coming down towards it. Who takes the chicane first? And car number 106 says, it's mine, and he heads in. Iago Edwards saying, no, not today, I'm going to be heading into that chicane first. And car 116, a final of our juniors, heading into the first of the Harlech stages. 6 stages in front of these juniors today. Wonderful to see, as we see car 107 come around for this first time. And these cars full of revs. Obviously, the main thing with these cars, obviously, I started rallying in Formula 1000, and it's just keeping momentum in the cars. Obviously, keeping the revs up, keeping the momentum high. Very, very difficult. But yeah, wonderful to see these youngsters certainly enjoy themselves. And yeah, we'll bring you some times as soon as we get any, and give you some results of what's what and who is sort of leading the rally. And we'll bring them as soon as we get some results into you. We'll be bringing them to you as soon as possible. But yeah, wonderful to keep bringing this live footage to you from Llanbedr Airfield here in Gwynedd. So the second stage of the rally will be not too far away from going live, but we'll keep you updated in regards to when that'll be as soon as we can, as we wait for our next competitor to come through the hairpin here. And that should be car 108 of Kyle Green and Rhys Stoneman. But we have got the Nissan Micra of William Whale and Paul Bevan coming to us here. As mentioned, finished every single event this year, so we're not going to do the commentator's curse, touching wood. Hopefully that'll keep going as ever. Just nicely done through the chicane there for William. And the next car should be that Citroen C1 of Daniel Bickard. And here we have Citroen C1 going strongly through. No messing around. Obviously, some of these juniors may have done some karting in their early careers as youngsters. They're still youngsters now, but yeah, some of them would have come from maybe karting backgrounds. And you'll notice that obviously from the driving styles of some of them. Obviously with the karting background, clean, tidy lines, and that you'll see a lot of people that have done karting will be very, very quick in Formula 1000. Obviously the tarmac, especially on tarmac, obviously the gravel events, they struggle a little bit with, but obviously with the single venues, if they've got a bit of karting background, you'll certainly see them setting some great times. 112 coming around here, and that is Asapinder and Tilwyn John heading for their second run. But these little juniors going very, very well. Bit of a lock-up heading into the chicane, but no dramas. And yeah, and we have another Citroen C1 of Tumpari and Geraint Evans. He's the one that we mentioned that will get into that top 10 for the first time this year. The anticipation and excitement, I'm sure, of the possibilities there. But yeah, we've got a few more cars to bring you, some footage as they head into their second loop. And you see the Subaru Impreza of car 73 straight ahead of us there. Unfortunately retired on the first stage of rally, the Subaru Impreza. That is of car 73 of Alex Henley and Pedro Ferro. Yeah, we're unsure what the issue is with the Subaru, but yeah, unfortunately a disastrous start for the crew. When we bring you some news, when we do have that, we'll bring it to you as soon as possible. But yeah, you see them parked on the right hand side there on the first loop. Car 114. That is Emma Brumfield and Ian Bass. And yeah, been joined by Ian for the 2025 season. Good experience. So yeah, we'll wait for him there. Yeah, so that brings a conclusion to the first stage of the Harlech Stages Rally, the Toyota Harlech Stages Rally here. Now do join us in a few moments as we go live for stage 2 of this year's event.